What's up guys, DB here and welcome back to another PUBG update video. I've been waiting a long time for the roadmap of 2018 and it's finally here. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to try to cover along with some of my future recommendations and my analysis towards the end of the video. I was expecting to see the roadmap back in January of 2018. For any of you that have seen some of my streams, I've always bitched and complained that Bluehole kind of went quiet after January of 2018. But I kind of understand why now. Let's just jump into all the facts that they've given us so far, and there's a lot to cover. Optimization. It's something that PUBG talks about a lot. I hear other people talking about it too, but it's come a long way since back in 2016 when the game was in alpha.
It's just like my skillet. It's like this has the same little thing in the handle and it's like...
So I really think that they have a good building block as far as the optimization is concerned, and they're going to build on it. That's their future plan for 2018. It's going to be building on the foundation. They're going to work on special features for optimization, and they also released a few before and after pictures. IMO, both the pictures look pretty adequate when it comes to optimization. I think that some of the medium to lower end graphics cards can actually handle the game at this point. But hey, if they're going to optimize it even more, then kudos to you, Bluehole. Now, there are a couple of things that I'd like to draw attention to when it comes to the first paragraph. They did mention that they want this to be the most realistic battle royale experience out there. So I'm guessing that they're going to be gearing more towards the military sim style battle royale. And most of you already know that I've come from that Milsim Arma 3 Battle Royale experience. Hopefully I'll be able to predict what they're going to be thinking about in the future before it's even introduced into the game. A couple of key things that they mentioned, that they're going to be committing to a major content delivery cycle every 2 months, the first of which is planned for this month. So each of these major updates will bring changes to specific systems and or introduce new content. They're also going to be pushing some smaller updates in between the larger content updates. Now let's get to the juicy parts. They're going to be deploying a new map. It's going to be a 4x4 island map. I've talked about this ad nauseum so many times that we need a small map, which is just going to bring a brand new level of intensity to the game. The new map is going to be playable next month, but it's only going to be available for the experimental test servers. So if you have a copy of the game, make sure you go to Steam and download the test servers right meow. Honestly, I'd really like to sit here and give you guys my in-depth analysis of the new map. I mean, yes, it's 4x4, but hell, we don't even have 16 square kilometers of actual land. It's 25% water, if you ask me. And so it's going to be much, much smaller than what people anticipate. And I would like to get into more details about points of interest, tunnels, maybe bridges. But I think that's a different video, guys. And if you want to see that video, then make sure you leave it down in the comments below. And let me know if you guys want to see like an in-depth breakdown of the new map. All right, moving on to the smaller announcements and the fun stuff. They're going to be introducing and testing a new emote system. Now, of course, this is also going to be introduced on the test servers. And I think they're going to be adding some new emotes throughout the year. So here's my thing about the emote system. For Meow's sake, will you please extend the time that you can move around after you win a match? Because if you're going to introduce an emote system, I would like to maybe do an emote after I bury the last guy in the ground and give my partner or my squad mates a high five. Never mind. Moving on. Next, they gave us a little sneak peek of the new rifle that's going to be coming out to the game. Now, if you didn't already guess it, the new rifle is an STG-58. It's an Austrian battle rifle that's based on the FAL platform. Here's a little something interesting that you might want to know about the gun, is that back in 1978, the Austrian army replaced that gun, the STG-58, with the AUG. Now, in the game, the AUG is a crate weapon, so I'm assuming that this gun, it's a higher caliber than the AUG. It's also probably going to be in the crate. Now, we're not quite done with the gun announcements yet. They said that they're also going to be adding an arsenal of new weapons and attachments. When it comes to attachments, I'm really not sure what they mean, but I'm hoping that they finally give us an underbarrel grenade launcher.
Where yet? And you got rocks!
But I seriously doubt that's going to happen. That might end up being like a crate attachment that you find in crates, but it would be so much fun to be able to use something like that to just blow up a vehicle instantly. And speaking of vehicles, we're definitely going to be getting some new vehicles in the first half of the year. If you have any guesses as to what those vehicles are going to be, leave them down in the comments below. I personally have my fingers crossed for Hunters, Striders, and Ifrits. But we all know that's never going to happen. All right, guys, continuing on with the roadmap. So they're going to be planning another bigger map that's going to be announced very shortly, and it's going to be released alongside the small 4x4. The bigger map is going to be another 8x8 kilometers in size, and I already have an idea of what this map is going to be. I think that it might be the Alpine map, the snow map. So we have essentially a forest map, a desert map, and now the 8x8 snow map, which everyone has been looking forward to quite a bit. They're also going to begin testing on a couple of smaller things like achievements, in-game friends list, and squad voice chat in main menu. I really think that they have a really good in-game voice chat system. I've used it many times for my sub Sunday games, and they're just going to improve on it, and it's going to make it so much better, I think, once we're able to communicate with people in the lobbies. So that'll be great. Now, this next part is going to be for all you content creators out there, or even just PUBG enthusiasts. They're going to be overhauling the entire TPP and FPP animation system. Not only are they going to make it smoother and more fluid with the environment, but they're going to change the animations for a lot of things, like getting inside vehicles, changing seats, so that it has a more realistic feel. Now, remember, I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I specifically mentioned that the game is going more towards a realism factor, and I think that this is going to add even a bigger cinematic feature for all of us content creators to make the game a little bit more realistic, almost like a realism simulator when it comes to other mods. And that is what I'm going to get into next, is that they have announced that they are working on some quote-unquote interesting game mods for PUBG. They're still obviously in the early phases of development for these mods, but if I had to guess, I mean, two mods come to mind. The first one being a gun game mod, which this game desperately needs. If you don't know what a gun game is, just look it up. And also a life mod. I've always felt like the desert map, especially Myanmar, was designed for a life mod so that people can hop in and role play cops, drug dealers, bad guys, good guys, hookers, pimps, you know what I mean. But I digress. What I'm trying to say is that a life mod would be absolutely amazing. Let's get back to the overhaul part. They're also going to be overhauling the parachute system, making it a bit more fluid and responsive. I think that there are going to be overall changes to just the animations, but not so much the gameplay. They're going more towards a realism feel, and they're also going to improve on the armed and the unarmed melee combat system. Alright, let's move on to the sound design. They're going to implement some new car noises in the game. I'm talking about suspension and maybe some increased skidding noises to the cars, which I don't think is necessary. I really don't want this to become like Arma, where they try to fix the sound and they try to make it better, but they break two things in the process. I really hope that that is not the case. But in the interim of this little paragraph, we did get to find out that they're going to be adding some different weather conditions and adding rain sounds to vehicle surfaces. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We might actually have some rain servers back on Erangel very shortly here. They were also thinking about changing the sounds that the players produce while moving, corresponding to the equipment that they're carrying. And they also plan on changing some of the breathing sounds in the game, for example, while running, aiming down sights, and holding breath. But that's going to be a bit further down the line during the second half of the year. Now, the next part of the roadmap talks about esports, custom games, and community development support. I'll leave a link to the entire blog down in the description below, guys, so you guys can check it out all for yourself. As for their community partnership program, the application for custom servers is still down. So I really hope that they open those up in the near future, especially for smaller YouTubers like myself. I can't wait to have giant community custom games, death races, and all sorts of different funny content for you guys, the viewers, and the live stream as well. Alright, you sexy mofos and mamas, thank you all for staying till the end. The 2018 roadmap part of the video is over. I would, however, like to talk to you about two important things that I think, IMO, are extremely important when it comes to the longevity of this game. Number one, they need to improve on a better anti-cheat system. For any of you that have played DayZ or Arma, you already know that BattlEye is a ghost ship. They need to implement their own eyes and ears into all the servers, not just check the logs, but we need to have active admins in there monitoring people, and also implementing a system where you can see screenshots of what each individual player sees on the map. That way you can pick off the ESP hackers fairly easily. Number two, they need to introduce a small shooting range system that's already in place that I know of in the game. I've seen it many times when they introduce new videos to their vaulting systems or other things that they want to try to put into the test servers. A shooting range could really help some of the newcomers get more confident with the guns before they're forced out of a plane and thrown into a blender of Battle Royale. It's also going to help some of the content creators out there improve on their already existing gun guides and other sorts of videos. So I think that a shooting range is going to have to be a must-have in 2018. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had to cram a whole lot of information into a tiny little video, and I had to do it really fast for you guys. So if you want to see more content like this, please be sure to hit this video with a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe before you leave. As always, stay strong, enjoy the rest of the round, and I will see you.
He's peeking left side of the RV. This guy.
Just chill. Just chill.
Yeah, circle's gonna come, so. There he is.